What's up, guys? Uh, if you can hear me, I've been trying to film videos for a while, but, I didn't have any audio, so, yeah. Uh, I have face cam this video, and, I have LED lights around me, so, yeah. Today, I'm gonna be ranking One Piece characters based on strength. Now, some characters I will have to exclude, because I'm not up to their arcs yet, like, any characters from Wano, I'll have to exclude them because I'm not up to Wano yet. So, with that being said, let's just get right into this video. Alright, first off, Zeph. You know what? This is old Zeph, like with a wooden leg. So, probably about here. Here. Next up, Bruno. Now, this guy got beaten by Geared Second Luffy, but he's not weak at all. Just get that straight, he is not weak. E. Next up, we got this other CP member. No, CP9 member. Yeah. He was beaten by, I think, Monster Chopper for the first time. It's either Monster Chopper or Frankie that beat him. But either way, they're not the strongest Straw Hats either, so, maybe about an E. This wolf guy, he wasn't actually that strong. He was stronger than these two. It's really just like how he can trick people. That's what really makes him dangerous, I guess you could say. Oh, I forgot who that guy is. I remember him, but I forgot about him at the same time. Pretty sure he's one of the people from Romance Dawn. And everyone on Romance Dawn basically is fodder. So, yeah, if he is from Romance Dawn, this is where he goes. But if he's not, and I'm getting him wrong, he might be somewhere else. If I remember right, this guy had a low bounty, like very low. But yeah, I think he's from Romance Dawn, so I'm gonna put him here. Kobe. This is Marine Kobe. Now I only saw, like, I've only seen him during Reverie when he stopped that missile or whatever coming at the boat, but his observation algae allowed him to see that while Helmempo couldn't even see it. So, yeah, put him at C. Next up, Helmempo. Now, he was able to beat an entire ship of pirates. So, E. And hold on, let me look. Do I see older Helmempo? Is that just C? Nope, don't see an older Helmempo. So, he just gets there, I guess. So, yeah. And guess if we're talking prime versions, Zeph, he might get bumped up to an E because they don't have other versions anywhere else on this list. Next up, Katakuri. I would put him at S tier just because of Operation Hockey, but to be honest, he's A tier because he's like second in command to the Big Mom Pirates, and his bounty is over 1 billion. And this guy, Rebecca's dad, probably an F tier, to be honest. Because, I mean, he's a champion of the Coliseum at Dressrosa. But, he isn't actually that strong when you put him against other people. So, maybe give him a D. Because I believe that everyone else above him could beat him. Leo. Well, I mean, he's just small and fast. And I guess he can stitch well. That's basically all he has going for him. In terms of his strength, probably absolute fodder. I've only seen him during Dressrosa though. So, well, I saw a little bit of him during Reverie, but he hasn't fought anybody in the Reverie. So, yeah, fodder. Next up, Carrot. Now, for adding Sulong forms, she can probably a B. But if it's just normal Carrot, maybe a C. Let's see. Either way, I'm just going to give Carrot a C. I actually think her versus Kobe would be a good matchup. You know, especially if you give her Sulong form, it would be an even better matchup then. So yeah, give her a C with Kobe. Pedro. I think Pedro. I mean, he has a Sulong form. Never saw how good it was, because I mean, he taught Carrot how to control it, so he probably can control his too. But just given off the fighting that we've seen him do, well, that was at a point where he was like ready and trying to die, basically. Uh, so, probably a D. Yeah, probably a D. Based on what we saw of Pedro fighting. But I mean, he definitely could be this wolf guy. So wolf guy's going back down to E. Next up, Master Cat Viper. You know, he's stronger than Carrot and Pedro because he's their master. Or at least I think that's how it works. Yeah. Duke Dogstorm next. Same thing. Except, you know, I'm gonna move Carrot back up here because she can't beat them, but it'd be a interesting fight to say the least. Let's see, next up we have Sengoku. Now during Marineford, the Golden Buddha, that thing, I mean, Luffy was able to fend off its attack. So maybe Sengoku, like B, because none of these people are beating Sengoku, and probably not even touching him. I mean, the Golden Buddha solos, like, everybody in C, D, and E combined. Like, they were all fighting together. They would all lose. This guy next. He is basically fodder. You know, if he can surprise someone with his hair thing, that's the only way he can really win a fight, because he shoots people with his hair. That's like his best chance at winning a fight. And just because most people aren't expecting that, he gets an H right above fodder. Next up, Eustace Captain Kidd. So I'm not on Wano yet. I know he appears in Wano, but I'm not on Wano yet. Let's see. Given by what I've seen, he might. Yeah, he's a C tier. Based on what I've seen in. What's that one? In Sabaody. Yeah. What I saw in Sabaody gets him probably a C. Next up we have Enel. Now, Enel, just because of his speed, because he's lightning, and not a lot of people can counter lightning on this list, it's probably Kid's greatest weakness. He gets a C also. He was beaten by Luffy. That's because Luffy was rubber, and he's lightning, so, yeah. But he definitely beats these people. I'm hesitant to put him in B, but if I put him in B, probably have to move Kobe up too, because Kobe. Actually, no, Kobe would probably lose. Yeah, Enel can get a B. Next up, we have Rayleigh. Now, this is old Rayleigh, But again, they don't have like younger versions or anything, younger, older versions. They don't have any of that. So, yeah, Rayleigh. I'll just put him wherever, like, Prime Rayleigh would go. Since I know that Prime Rayleigh was Gold Roger's second in command, might be the first S. His hockey is, like, on an elite level. Katakuri might have a little bit better hockey, like, at least observation hockey. But really, like, he's not just hockey. He's also strong enough to fight Kizaru. At least, probably, Kizaru is probably at least a B tier. And Gold Roger could probably beat Katakuri. Yeah, Rayleigh, he could probably beat Katakuri also. It would take more for Rayleigh than Gold Roger, but Rayleigh could probably win. Although I'm hesitant to put Rayleigh's going down to an A, Katakuri's going down to a B, because Gold Roger is stronger than Rayleigh, probably by a lot. So, yeah, Gold Roger will go in S tier, because, King of the Pirates. Next up, we have this samurai guy that Zoro fought to get the sword, or one of the swords that he has. Now, he's probably a D tier, but this guy is an E tier if he's a D tier. And Pedro is a D tier, he's also an E tier. Because, Pedro and this guy, they both probably beat all of CP9, except maybe, like, Lucci, and that's probably it for CP9 that they wouldn't beat. But yeah, they're both strong fighters, so I'll just give them D tier. Cut. They're both strong, but they're lacking a certain thing that some of these C tiers have. Carrick can also go down to C or D right here. I don't know why I put her in C. She's definitely a D. I don't think she can really fight anybody up here but Kobe. So Kobe, you can also get a D tier. Next up, Beppo. I haven't actually seen him fight, but if I have, I don't remember. But he does not seem like a good fighter at all. Next up, we got one of the priests from Skypiea. Now, these priests from Skypiea and NL, they all felt like final villain category of strength. Not final villain in One Piece category, but final villain in some other series category. So, probably D tier. Yeah, probably D tier. Killer. I haven't actually seen him fight anybody, but, he's definitely stronger than Beppo. Yeah. This guy, leader of, the gang or something. They watched the Straw Hats ship while they were training for 2 years. He's not that strong. He was able to he and his group were able to fend off the bandits that came after the ship. So I'll give him a G tier. Alright, next up, we have Hina. Now, her ability is good, and it works on people that are slow. So she could probably beat everyone in E tier and below, but a lot of the D tiers she wouldn't be able to beat because of her ability. As long as she can get it out fast enough and they can't escape like Luffy did, then, she can win the fight. But apart from that, I don't really know how good she would fare against basically anyone in D tier, except maybe Kobe, Killer, him, and that guy. They're the only ones she has a chance of beating in this tier. Because Pedro and Carrick, I think, are fast enough to dodge it. Next up, uh, this girl, Miss 3, I think. Yeah, she was weak. I mean, like, it's just that she wasn't strong. It was her, like, tricks and stuff on, like, Usopp and Chopper that really got her, like, that far into the battle, if I'm remembering it correctly. But I don't remember her being too strong. In modern day One Piece, like, with D tier and above, she would not be able to even do anything. Neither would this guy. I put him there because of the group, but he wouldn't have the group in this situation. So, yeah, he's going back down to an H tier. Next up, Shocky. Now, she's never actually fought in the show, but she was said to be, like, a very dangerous pirate or something. Just because we've never seen her fight, she might be like a Zeph, so I'm gonna give her an E. Next up, we have Scratchman and Pooh. I don't actually remember him being that strong. Maybe a D tier. He is one of the worst generation, but he's not kid level. Moving on, Drake, X Drake. I've never actually seen him fight either, but I feel like he's stronger than the Pooh. Gang Beige. Beige. He feels like he's strong. Maybe right up there with the Pooh. Because none of the worst generation can be an E, really. Because I think all the worst generation could be CP9. But Beige, he just wasn't that strong. Like, he relied on his group a lot. By himself, he's not that strong. So actually, I'm gonna bump him down because he wouldn't have his group unless you would count them as part of the. Well, unless you count them because they're inside of his body. Yeah, if you don't count his group, he's an E. But if you count the Fire Tank Pirates, D. I'm counting the Fire Tank Pirates because you can put them in his body and then they can shoot out of his body. So I'm just gonna give him a D instead of going into all the detail about that stuff. Next up, we have Basil Hawkins. Now, I know his like ability has something to do with like drawing cards and stuff. I actually don't really know, but yeah. I remember him fighting. I just don't really remember it well, you know. But I think from what I remember of his ability, he's like in a C. Doesn't he like sacrifice people with like voodoo dolls or something? And the voodoo dolls are like his crew or something. I don't know. Alright, I have no idea. So Mad Monkey Rouge. Now, he actually beat a sweet general on Whole Cake Island. So I'm probably just gonna give him a C, just because he beat the sweet general. But you know, pretty sure Cracker. Yeah, it was Cracker that easily beat him. So, I mean, he wouldn't be able to beat anyone else in the tier, but he did beat a sweet general. So, you know, it was probably the weakest sweet general, but he beat it. So, yeah, C. Still, Jewelry Bonnie. Now, I've never. She doesn't seem like much of a fighter. So, E. Uh. Isn't that from Water 7, I want to say. I don't know. This character isn't memorable enough for me to remember them. I mean, I remember them, but I don't remember them at the same time. G for Giant, I guess. Any characters that I don't know how, I just don't remember them, they'll be going in the G tier. Alright, next up, we have Fire Fist Ace. Now, he did lose to Blackbeard, so, C. Because Blackbeard is an A, because he's an Emperor. He lost to Blackbeard. He would lose to Katakuri, but he seemed like he would be a C tier, because everyone above him would beat him, but he could hold his own in a fight against everyone in C tier. He might even beat them all. Next up, we have Kizaru. Now, his ability is good enough to land him here. If you're as trained as he is with his ability, and you know hockey, I mean, you're basically untouchable at that point. So yeah, I would just give him this C tier, because he's not on level with his Fleet Admiral Sengoku, who is in B tier. Although, if we move Sengoku up to A tier, he can go up to B tier, but he can't beat Katakuri. He might be able to beat Enel, because Enel is lightning, he's light, so depends on which one is stronger ability and which one is more trained, because Enel has observation hockey, we know that much. Kizaru has I know he has armament, observation. I don't know if he has conqueror's hockey. Katakuri has all 3 types of hockey. So yeah, it just depends whose hockey is better. If Enel knows if he knows armament hockey, and he can predict Kizaru's moves well enough, then he can actually beat Kizaru. But if he can't and he doesn't have armament hockey, then I give that to Kizaru. Alright, moving on. G for Giant. These people look familiar, but I don't remember them. Next up, we have Higuma the Mountain Bandit with an 8 million berry bounty. He thought he could fight Shanks. H for Higuma, the weakling. Captain Kiro, I think. Hold on. I just gotta check if they have Captain Kuro anywhere else. Oh, there's Captain Kuro. Oh yeah, I remember him. Kuina's father, who taught Zoro how to use a sword. I think. F. Actually, he was the queen. Kuina, his daughter. H. I don't remember him. A lot of the smaller characters I won't remember, so a lot of them will probably just get the G tier. Next up, Kuina. I remember her, but she seemed if she actually had time to develop into a better swordsman, sure she could be all the way up here maybe. But just because she died from falling down the stairs at such a young age, that she didn't really get able. No, she wasn't really able to Hold on. She wasn't really able to polish her sword skills enough. So, G for Kuina. Alright. Next up, we got Krogus. He's the doctor on Gold Roger's suit. Doctors aren't usually strong. Haven't seen him fight anything, really. Unless it was in that one arc that he was in. And that was old Krogus that we saw some fight something. But just because he was on Gold Roger's ship, I'm going to bump him up to E. Because I don't think Gold Roger would really have any weak people around him. Next up, we got these two. Now they're going together into the H tier. They're just weak. They're not absolute fodder, but they're still significantly weaker than most of the people above them. I don't know about these three. Oh wait, I remember that guy from Alabasta. I think he's G tier still. I don't remember him fighting. Oh yeah, he's the black dog guy. F tier. I just remember that. Alright, next up we got Pearl, I think. This is a member of Don Krieg's pirate group. And yeah, he was weak. H. Wapple's guy that confuses together this guy. All the Wapple pirates get there basically. Dawes Bones. Now, E tier. Because, he's basically just like Zoro. If Zoro was a metal man. Yeah. Next up is Doublefinger. She lost to Nami. And Nami was using a climb attack for the first time in her life. So yeah, definitely there. Next up, we got this old lady that can dry and hang people to let them dry. Basically just a washing machine. E. Don't know you. Oh yeah, the guy that Blackbeard killed. I know. I don't think I never saw him fight. I don't know if he ever fights in the series, but I never seen him fight, so yeah. G. Anyone on Whitebeard's crew can beat all the H tiers probably. Next up we got this guy, the first person that I think the first person that used hockey and called it hockey in the series. I think it's first person. F tier. They beat pre-time skip Luffy before he had hockey. But when Luffy got hockey, this person got absolutely destroyed. I don't even remember their name, but they got absolutely destroyed by Luffy, even though Luffy never actually won the fight. But yeah, Luffy just won. Yeah, this guy, I don't remember him. Didn't he isn't he, I think this guy that coats his whole body in hockey. Just for how strong, just for being able to do that, he gets D tier. Next up, Fisher Tiger. I don't remember him fighting anybody in the series. But he was the captain of some pirates who had Arlong and Jinbei, so D. Excuse me. Yawn. Foxy is absolute fodder. All I want to do is play games. Now these two giants were the guards at any lobby. So just for that, they can get F tiers. They can probably defend against some E tiers, but they wouldn't. They probably would lose to the E tiers eventually. This guy, he was not that good at fighting, but he was pretty durable. So yeah, Magellan. He's not Kizaru level, so he's not even B, but definitely C. He could hold down a lot of these people and then pull down if they tried to break out. Shiryu of the Rain. He joined Blackbeard's crew. Yeah, probably right up there with Magellan. Pretty sure he was Magellan's like vice at captain or something. I don't know. I don't know what he was. He was Magellan's second in command, basically. Next up, Ivankov. Uh, yeah, I guess it's C tier. I don't really know how to explain the C tier, but I guess Ivankov is C tier. Probably an F tier. They didn't really fight anybody, and if they did, they didn't do a good enough job for me to remember the fight. Next up, we got Tom. He never actually fought anybody, but he was durable, so he's going in here with this guy. Or actually, he was kind of strong, so I'll bump him up to G. Next up, we got this guy from, I think his name was like Saul or something, but he's from Enies Lobby. He gets beat by most of the CP9 members. That's why he's here. Next up, we got Akainu. Some people call him. I would not go as far as saying Kizaru is in the same class as Akainu, so I'll put him in C. Next up, I have no idea who that is. He looks familiar, but I don't know who it is. Yeah, you can. I'll just put you in G tier. Next up, we got what's his name? I know he was like God of Skypiea before Enel. And then Enel overtook him. But just because Enel was able to overtake him, he gets a D tier. Actually, Enel is one of the only 3 B tiers. So, yeah, he'll get a C tier. I don't remember a lot of the Skypeans fighting, so most of them will just get low placements. This video will probably be broken into parts because look at how many characters there are left. So yeah, I'll finish out this row, and then yeah, I'll just move on until I do the next part, I guess. Yeah, if this video hits 100 views, yeah, I'm not even gonna set a like goal. If this video hits 100 views, I'll do a part 2 where I go over all these other characters under this row. Alright. Now, let's get this guy. I don't remember him fighting, but you know, none of the Skypiea people were really weak. They just weren't strong. Well, I mean, the priests were kind of strong. This is the giant doll guy. It's just him without his dog now, but he was a decent swordsman if I remember correctly. This was the weakest priest by far. None of the priests get beat by CP9. So, yeah, they're all D tier, I guess. Alright, so let's see. I don't remember him. Well, I remember him, but I don't remember him fighting, so F tier. I don't remember this guy either. G tier. Why do we get all these random people in here? I don't remember. Full body. I remember him, he's just weak. Next up, Jack the Giant, I think. Jack or John. Probably enough. Let's see. This guy. Code, I think. Or Code something. Vivi's friend from Alabasta. He was the leader of the rebel army. I mean, F, I guess. Alright, so. Next up we got Laboon. Laboon, you know, he's gonna fight the future Pirate King. So obviously, S tier. No, I'm just kidding. But since he does have a rivalry with the future Pirate King, he's a D tier. You know, not to the level of most other D tiers, but he definitely has at least a little strength in him to beat everyone under him. You know, he is a whale, so he could crush them too. But yeah. Next up, we got the Ton guy. His Devil Fruit is just a copy of one we saw earlier in the series. Hold on. Let's see if we can find her on here. Hold on. I don't see her anywhere. So, yeah. Oh, here she is. Yeah, her Devil Fruit is basically the same as his. So, yeah. Except his is kind of a little better, maybe. Yeah. He was one of the Flamingo's people. This guy is absolute fodder. Sorry for whatever you heard. He's absolute fodder. Next up, we got Golden Lion Shiki. Now, I've never actually seen him fight, but based off of what people are saying about him in One Piece, probably B tier. Alright, and Golden Lion Shiki ended that row, so that's the video for now. If you want a part 2, get this video to 100 views, and yeah, that's the end of this video. Peace.